When you start looking for the best portable induction cooktops, it's easy to think they're all basically the same, but once you actually cook on a few, the differences become obvious, especially in control, responsiveness, and how confident you feel using them. In this video, we're walking through 5 portable induction cooktops that genuinely stand out right now, many of which regularly show up among the top-rated portable induction cooktops. Links to current prices are in the description below if you want to check them out along the way. Before we get into the first one, I'm honestly super interested to hear how you plan to use a portable induction cooktop, everyday cooking, extra burner space, or something more specific. Keep that in mind as we go through these. We'll begin with the CIARRA Cat IH 1AM portable induction cooktop, which immediately feels designed for modern kitchens and everyday cooking convenience. When you place it on your counter, you notice its slim profile and clean glass surface, which doesn't visually dominate your space, but still feels solid and well built. This cooktop operates at up to 1800 watts, giving you enough power to boil water quickly, sear proteins efficiently, and maintain stable heat for simmering sauces. As you cook, the surface stays relatively cool to the touch around the pan, reinforcing the sense of control and safety that induction cooking is known for, a point frequently highlighted in portable induction cooktops reviews. As you interact with the CIARRA, the digital touch controls make it easy to adjust power levels and temperature settings with precision. You're not guessing whether the heat has changed, you can feel the immediate response in the pan. The temperature-based cooking modes are particularly useful when you want consistency, such as melting chocolate or gently heating soups, because the cooktop actively regulates output rather than cycling unpredictably. This makes the cooking experience feel calm and deliberate, especially if you enjoy recipes that reward patience and precision. In daily use, you'll appreciate how quietly and efficiently the CIARRA operates. The cooling fan engages smoothly without becoming distracting, and cleanup is refreshingly simple thanks to the flat glass surface that wipes clean once cooking is finished. For you, this means less time scrubbing and more time enjoying the meal. It's a cooktop that fits naturally into smaller kitchens, apartments, or as a secondary cooking zone, without feeling like a compromise in performance, and for many users, it qualifies as a great portable induction cooktop for everyday meals. With continued use, the CIARRA also reveals how thoughtfully it's tuned for everyday efficiency. You'll notice that it heats only the cookware itself rather than the surrounding surface, which helps reduce wasted energy and keeps your kitchen more comfortable, especially during longer cooking sessions. The cooktop's pan detection system recognizes compatible cookware quickly, so there's no hesitation when you set a pot down and start cooking. This creates a smooth, almost seamless workflow where the cooktop feels like a natural extension of your hands, quietly supporting your cooking rather than demanding attention. Transitioning to the next model, the TUCO portable induction cooktop brings a noticeable step up in presence and power, aimed at cooks who want something closer to a professional feel at home. The first thing you sense when using the TUCO is its robust construction, from the thick, shatter-resistant glass top to the reassuring weight of the unit itself. With a 1,800 watt output, it delivers strong, even heating that feels confident, whether you're bringing a pot to a rapid boil or maintaining a steady cooking temperature. As you cook on the TUCO, the control interface gives you fine-grained adjustments across multiple power and temperature levels. This allows you to tailor heat output to the specific cookware and recipe you're using, which is especially valuable when switching between tasks like pan frying, simmering, or steaming. The cooktop responds quickly to changes, so when you dial the heat down, you feel it immediately in the pan, rather than waiting for residual heat to dissipate. If you've cooked on induction before, I'm very curious how different it felt compared to a regular electric burner. Honestly, let me know if that jump in responsiveness stood out to you. Over longer cooking sessions, the TUCO's stability becomes one of its biggest advantages. Heat is distributed evenly across compatible cookware, reducing hot spots and helping food cook more consistently. You'll notice this when browning or cooking delicate ingredients that benefit from uniform heat. The built-in safety features, including automatic shutoff and overheat protection, quietly work in the background, letting you focus on cooking rather than monitoring the appliance. Qualities often cited in detailed portable induction cooktops reviews. Living with the TUCO day-to-day, you'll likely appreciate how it balances professional-grade capability with home-friendly usability. It's powerful enough to handle demanding recipes, but intuitive enough that it doesn't feel intimidating. Cleanup remains simple, and the cooktop's design feels like it was built to handle frequent use, making it a strong choice if you cook often and want dependable performance every time. Next, we move into a more overtly commercial space with the ChangBERT portable induction cooktop, a model that immediately signals serious power and durability. When you place cookware on the ChangBERT and turn it on, the difference in output is unmistakable. With a 1,800 watt heating system designed to meet commercial standards, this cooktop delivers rapid heat buildup that's ideal for high-demand cooking tasks like stir-frying, boiling large volumes, or searing meats efficiently. Using the ChangBERT feels deliberate and controlled thanks to its digital control panel that allows you to select precise power and temperature settings. Rather than relying on vague increments, you're working with defined levels that give you repeatable results. This is especially beneficial if you cook the same dishes regularly and want consistent outcomes each time you step into the kitchen. The cooktop's build quality contributes directly to the cooking experience. The stainless steel housing not only looks professional, but also feels resilient, standing up well to heavy cookware in frequent use. As you cook, the unit remains stable on the countertop, and the glass surface supports larger, heavier, induction-compatible pots without flex or movement, which adds to your confidence while cooking. In practical terms, the ChangBERT excels when you need reliability and strength. It's the kind of cooktop that makes you feel equipped to handle demanding recipes without hesitation. Cleanup is straightforward, and the overall experience leans toward efficiency and performance, making it a compelling option if you value power and long-term durability in a portable format. Moving on, the Nuwave Precision Induction Cooktop shifts the focus toward temperature, accuracy, and control, offering a cooking experience that feels almost laboratory precise. When you start cooking on the Nuwave, you immediately notice its wide temperature range, which allows you to set specific temperatures rather than guessing based on power levels alone. This gives you an unusual degree of confidence, especially when working with temperature-sensitive techniques. As you use the Nuwave, the cooktop's ability to maintain consistent temperatures becomes its defining strength. Whether you're slow cooking, simmering, or gently warming food, the system actively adjusts power output to hold your selected temperature steady. For you, this means fewer surprises and more predictable results, particularly with recipes that demand precision over long cooking times. The interface is designed to be intuitive, with clear digital readouts that make it easy to see exactly what's happening at any moment. You don't have to guess whether the cooktop is heating or holding. The feedback is immediate and clear. Combined with the 1,800 watt maximum output, this precision doesn't come at the expense of speed, so you can still bring liquids to a boil efficiently before settling into a controlled cooking phase. The shatterproof glass surface adds a layer of reassurance, and as you cook, you'll notice how evenly the heat is delivered across the base of compatible cookware, helping you achieve consistent textures and flavors. In everyday use, the Nuwave Precision Induction Cooktop feels like a supportive, intelligent cooking tool rather than a simple hot plate. It keeps excess heat off your countertop, runs smoothly without intrusive noise, and allows you to focus on technique and timing instead of constant adjustment. If you enjoy refining recipes, experimenting with sous vide style temperature control, or simply want dependable consistency, the Nuwave naturally fits into that style of cooking and rewards careful attention with reliable results. Finally, we arrive at the Duxtop 9600 LS, a portable induction cooktop that has built its reputation on a smart balance of power, control, and everyday practicality. From the moment you start cooking, it feels responsive and predictable, delivering up to 1,800 watts of power that ramps up quickly and evenly. You can bring a pot of water to a rolling boil in minutes, then dial things back just as easily for a gentler task like simmering grains or warming sauces without feeling like you're fighting the heat. As you spend more time with the Duxtop 9600 LS, its range of control options becomes one of its strongest qualities. You can cook using either power levels or temperature settings, depending on the recipe and your personal style. The digital display is clear and easy to read, so you always know exactly where your heat is set. When you make an adjustment, the change shows up immediately in the pan, which makes it easier to fine-tune cooking in real time and avoid overcooking. The physical design of the Duxtop 9600 LS also adds to a reassuring cooking experience. The glass cooking surface feels sturdy and well supported, and the unit remains stable even when you're using larger induction-compatible cookware. The surrounding surface stays relatively cool, which improves safety and keeps your cooking area more comfortable. Built-in safety features like automatic shutoff and diagnostic error messaging quietly reinforce the sense that this is a thoughtfully engineered appliance. In day-to-day use, the Duxtop 9600 LS feels dependable and adaptable, whether you're using it as your primary cooktop or as an extra burner for entertaining or meal prep. Cleanup is quick thanks to the flat glass surface, and the overall experience feels intentionally designed to fit into real cooking routines. It's a cooktop that handles both quick weeknight meals and more involved recipes with consistent, predictable performance. To wrap things up, each of these portable induction cooktops takes a slightly different approach from sleek everyday convenience to commercial-style power and temperature-driven precision. What they all share is faster heating, better control, and a calmer cooking experience compared to traditional electric options. As we finish up, I'm genuinely curious which of these cooktops feels like the best match for how you actually cook day to day. Honestly, let me know in the comments what stood out to you most. If you want to take a closer look at any of these models, you'll find links to current prices in the description below. No matter which direction you go, you now have a clear sense of what the best portable induction cooktops can bring to your kitchen.